Hey folks, Jonathan here. Another day. Nice and hot out. And when I say hot, I mean very hot. But I want to show you a couple things I picked up today. One is this, I think it is a Lombardini diesel. Now, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. I'm sure somebody will know. But this is the electric start version, and it has a pump on it. A transfer pump, I'm assuming. I don't know, they might use it for diesel fuel or jet fuel or something, because it looks military. But runs good. Got one issue though that I haven't checked into this yet. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do the video on this, because I know a lot of y'all have probably dealt with these, or you know, some of you have, and I'm not familiar with them. So this has got an automatic compression release that don't work. It's got electric start, and the starter works until you hit compression. And I can start it with the pull start, but you have to get it on compression and then pull it and hold it and let it leak past until you get to the right spot, and then you can pull it and start it. But it's not an easy chore. So but it runs good, and like all little one-cylinder diesels I've ever seen, you know, they sound like they're knocking at idle. It's not. But I'm going to start it up and show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully somebody will know about the compression release. I don't know whether it's set up on the exhaust cam, or if it's on the cam for the exhaust lobe, or if it's set up actually on the push rod or something itself. So let's just see what happens here. I heard something almost sound like compression release, didn't it? Let's try with the electric start and see if it came on. Now I do have a return line that I cracked when I was unloading this thing, so I got to fix that. Just a little rubber hose. Hit it. That was the first time I'd heard that click before. Nope. Yeah, compression release is not working. So anyway, if anybody knows about that, maybe you can let me know. The plans for this engine is to go on this for my grandson's dozer. So, you know, that'll make a good one. It'll be electric start and no compression release, so it should be easy for him to handle. And well, it should be plenty enough horsepower for that thing, just running a hydraulic pump. So, all right, the other thing, something I thought was really neat. I'm into oddball machines, equipment, and old stuff. The older the better. I've got a piece here that I don't know whether it's homemade or factory. And every time I think it's factory, I find something that makes me think it's homemade. And every time I think it's homemade, I find something to make me think it's factory. But I'm going to show it to you, and maybe somebody can shed some light on it. All right, here's what we got. Now, there is one company I know of. They don't build these, but they build something else. But they build everything out of steel with not any castings, not from their own manufacturing. And now I don't know that they still do that, but they used to. And that was Termite, the ones that built the backhoes in Charleston, West Virginia. Everything was built out of angle and plate and stuff, and any castings was bought, nothing was cast. Well, I'm sort of thinking the same way on this thing. This is a big saw. The wheels are only 14-inch, but the table right here, you could chuck 10 inches no problem, and this would move back, and you can see the roller, so I guess it would cut probably 16 inches, maybe more. And got a really nice big lead screw in there. You might be able to see that works really well. And like I said, everything's built out of angle and channel. This is a big piece of channel. What got me was the wheels, though. Here is, I'm going to have to find probably some kind of tires to go on it and clean it off and glue them on. I guess I'm assuming that, you know, it's going to take rubber tires like anything else, but here's the thing. I don't know what rims these are, but that is a wheel bearing and 5 lug. It looks like a 5 on 4.5 Ford or Chrysler pattern. And actually, I don't know what rim that is, but it's definitely an old rim that has been cut down and made into a pulley. And this was the same way. This is a lug nut. Chain drive off of a gearbox. There's a right angle gearbox back there. And there's a detent ball in here with a spring that holds it, and I guess holds it down or holds it up, or maybe it went right here and was supposed to hold it up. And it's set up so the switch knocks off when it comes down. And the guides, which are just regular bearings, roller bearings, this guide can move back all the way to here. So I could easily get a 16-inch spread between them. So this thing is made to cut, you know, something pretty good size, something really big. And the problem with this thing is the motor stuck on it. It's been sitting outside, I guess, but the gearbox is not stuck and it turns, but the motor's stuck, so we're gonna have to put a motor on it. Anyway, I've never seen one that was fabricated quite like this. And like I said, it makes me wonder if it was homemade, but you know, if it was, somebody went through a lot of trouble to make it. I mean, I don't see anything on it that would have been cast for it. You know, there's some odd parts, but everything's steel, even this bend here. That's welded in. There's not much stuff welded. Most of this stuff is all bolted together. Got a handle bolted on. I don't know, I can't find a tag on it anywhere, so no tag whatsoever. I've got to get a measurement for the blade and see what I can figure out on tires for these wheels. I'm assuming, you know, I can find some rubber tires, but these measure right at 14 inches, so shouldn't be an issue. But turns really smooth. You know, the adjustment's good. I mean, I just can't find any issues or reasons why not to put this thing back together and put it back to use. Get a good blade for it, as long as it'll hold the blade and hold it straight. There's, you know, no reason in not using it. I like this old big stuff. Sometimes, you know, these machines, the bigger the better, and we'll figure out a place to set this thing up. It's been outside for years and years, but we'll see what we can do. And looks like some of it's even galvanized. All of it's not steel, so don't know if anybody knows anything or seen anything that would resemble this as a factory unit and not as a homemade one. Let me know. I just, you know, I can't find a tag on it anywhere. Can't see where there was any, and I don't think it's new enough to have a sticker on it. There is a mark on the steel that's probably going to tell where it was made, the steel was made at. I can't quite make it out, but I can probably guarantee it's, you know, American steel. Actually, that says US right there. And I don't know what this says beside it. You can probably see it a little better than I can on camera, but I think that says US. And I don't know what that says. Maybe steel or something. Alright, well anyway. We worked on the mounts, on the front mounts of the little track hood, the excavator, so We'll see if we can get that finished up. Let me let this down. There it is down. Yeah, I don't think OSHA would have approved that with no guards and covers and stuff. So, you know, even if it was factory built, it wasn't updated. You know, like a lot of the machines I've picked up, it wasn't updated to pass for OSHA, I wouldn't think. And that's all they had to have was something above, because there is a guard back here, a homemade one, and that just covers the chain and sprocket. And there's an adjuster here to take the tension out of the chain, and that chain is really, well, it's not real tight. I guess it's not as tight as I thought it was. But I'll have to clean the gearbox up and see what brand it is. Get that other spring back on that thing. Anyway, we're going to try to put it back together. We'll clean it up and get it set up there on the concrete. Get the wheel back on it. I knocked one of the wheels off. Wasn't on there too well. It's got some really nice big casters on it, which is nice, you know, to be able to move around. But I'll see what I can do about some tires and maybe a you know, a blade for it, and get that stuff on the way and do some work on that. But if anybody knows anything about our little Lombardini, I think it is, engine, let me know, and maybe get a little bit of a heads up before I jump in it. And it's going to be a while. I'm just trying to, like I said, get parts together. And a friend of mine had this, and I had something he was wanting, and actually I had two things he wanted, so he traded me this and the saw for two things I had. So you know, no money exchanged, and always works out better that way for me and him, and you know, both of us happy, ready to go. So I like the little engine, and I definitely like the little saw. So we'll see what we can figure out. All right, should have a video tomorrow on the Traco, and hopefully we'll have that thing finished up here in the next couple days. All right, appreciate everybody. Bye.